wake up at 4. What time do you wake up?
What? You wake up so early? I wake up at 7 a.m.
Ha. You wake up for only Darshanarti. I wake up for Mangal Arti and Darshanarti.
So what? I'm a devotee of Lord Jagannath. There is no fixed time for Lord Jagannath. He wakes up at his own time. Jagannath ji is very merciful and gives his darshan at any time. There is no timing for Jagannath ji.
But Mangal Arti starts in the morning, so I see Jagannath waking up in the morning only.
No! Jagannath wakes up whenever he feels like!
No! Jagannath he wakes up in the morning only.
No! Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes!
Haribol, why are you fighting?
Mataji, I understand that Jagannath wakes up whenever he feels like, but these boys are saying it's wrong!
Mataji, Jagannath he wakes up in the morning only, correct?
Yes, you both are correct. Advika and Kashika, they are talking about Lord Jagannath in Purushottam Kshetra Puri, and Dhruv and Shauri are talking about Jagannath in all his temples.
Oh!
Yes.
But Mataji, what's so special about Puri Jagannath?
Can you tell us about Puri Jagannath Temple?
It's a nice idea. Today is Snana Yatra, so let's discuss the advent of Lord Jagannath. Okay, hold on. Once upon a time, long ago, there was a king named Indradyumna. He was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. He had a very strong desire to serve Lord personally. One day in his assembly,
The great King Indradyumna ki jai! Oh King, you look very distressed today. May I know the reason for your concern?
My dear king, what is the matter for your concern? Is there any danger to our kingdom?
Dear Vidyapati, I have achieved all success and opulences in my kingdom. I do not see danger at all, and all inhabitants are happily living. Then, what is it that is bothering you, my dear king? I spent my whole life worshipping the Supreme Lord, and I have a strong desire to see Him. By serving at His lotus feet, I want to transfer this kingdom into Vaikuntha. I am wondering whether I can get the mercy of Lord in this life. My dear king, a few days ago, I met a Brahmin. He seems to be deeply knowledgeable, and I'm sure he can provide some solution to your problem. If you give me permission, I would like to invite him to our court.
Maharaj Indradyumna ki jai.
Can you introduce yourself?
Maharaj, I am a traveler and I travel many pilgrimage places to take darshan of the Lord. God incarnates in many forms in these ages. Sometimes He takes forms of a wood or stone just to accept loving devotional service from His devotees.
What? Has Supreme Lord already descended in our planet?
Yes, dear King. I have seen the Lord accept direct loving service in His deity form of Neel Madhav at remote Niladri mountain, where demigods are worshipping Him.
Oh Brahmana, I am so impressed with your words. You resolved all my anxiety and distress. My heart is pleased with immense pleasure. It looks like Supreme Lord has accepted my prayers and sent you here. Oh Vidyapati, go along with all Brahmanas and find Neel Madhava.
By the order of King Indradyumna, all the Brahmanas proceeded in different direction, and Vidyapati went towards east. After a month's journey without rest, no Brahmanas found any sign of Niladri mountain, but Vidyapati found Mount Niladri, where he discovered Sabras camped near the holy ground. But no one has any clue of Lord Neelamadhava.
Mataji, who are Sabaras? How do they look like?
Sabaras are tribal people and their king name is Vishwavasu. Vidyapati went to Vishwavasu's home to inquire about Neelamadhava.
Vishwavasu! Oh King Vishwavasu! Vishwavasu! King Vishwavasu!
Pranam. Please forgive me, but I do not know who you are. Could you please introduce yourself and your reason for coming?
I am Vidyapati, coming all the way from Avanti. King Indradumna has sent me on a mission. While in the area, I came to know about King Vishwavasu, and I came here to meet him.
Oh Brahman, please forgive me, but my father is not at home. Would you mind coming back later in the evening?
Oh, but I am very tired and thirsty. Can I get a glass of water, please?
Oh Brahman, I am a woman born of a lower caste. I do not have any qualifications to serve you.
Oh dear daughter of Vishwavasu, I am very impressed with your simplicity and humbleness. I do not mind accepting service from you.
Okay, be seated. I will be back. My father will be here very soon. You can take rest for some time.
Lalita, I got some prasadam. Please take it.
Coming, Father. Oh, Father, we are so fortunate to have a Brahmana guest at our place.
My dear King Vishwavasu, your daughter has served me very nicely. I am very impressed with your family.
I am so honored that a great Brahmana has come to our home as a guest and has given us the opportunity to serve him. My humble request is that please stay at our home as many days as you wish. It's our great pleasure to have you in our place.
Vidyapati slowly fell in love with Lalita. The tribal king, Vishwavasu, was impressed with Brahmana and was pleased to allow his daughter to marry him. After Vidyapati married Lalita, so many days had passed and Vidyapati was worried that he was diverted from his mission. While contemplating this,
My dear husband, from the last few days I have been observing that you seem to be very distressed. May I know the reason for your distress?
Lalita, I am not disturbed. But there is one thing that does bother me. I see that your father goes out in the morning and returns in the evening. And when he returns, he smells of beautiful flowers, fragrances all over him. Where does he go every day?
My father goes to serve Neelmadhav in the forest of Niladri mountain. Many demigods also come there to have darshan of Neelmadhav. And when they come to have darshan, they get many fragrant flowers to offer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is why when he comes back home, you smell very nice fragrant flower from his body.
Wow! Neelmadhav! Did you say Neelmadhav? Can I get darshan of Neelmadhav too?
My dear husband, this is a secret to everyone. nobody knows about Neel Madhav apart from my father. Moreover, my father would definitely not like to disclose this secret to anyone.
My dear Lalita, it is the duty of a Brahman to serve the Lord. It will be a great offense for me if I do not worship Lord Neel Madhav. I know you are very dear to your father, and there must be some way you can convince your father to take me and get darshan of Lord Neel Madhav. Lord Neel Madhav.
Lalita! Lalita! I am late. I must go to the forest immediately. Can you please get my stuff ready?
Coming, Father. Here you go, Father. I have already prepared your needs.
It is my good fortune to get a daughter like you. When your mother passed away, you were just 3 years old. I was so worried about your upbringing. But by the mercy of Lord Neel Madhav, you become such a great Vaishnavi. That's why a great Brahmana has accepted you as his wife. My dear daughter, Vidyapati is a great Vaishnava. It is your duty to serve him nicely and keep him happy always.
My dear Father, I am trying my best to serve and please my husband. But there is one desire of him which I am unable to fulfill.
Desire? Why can't you fulfill his desire?
You have the solution for it, Father, not me. You go to the rest every day in the morning and have darshan of Neel Madhav. My husband's desire is to also have darshan of Neel Madhav, even just once.
What? How did he know that? I go to worship Neel Madhav every day.
I do not know, Father, how he could figure it out.
Stop it, Lalita! Do not lie to me. Your intelligence is stolen by Vidyapati's sweet words. Moreover, you broke your promise to me.
No, Father. Please do not misunderstand me. I haven't told him anything. You go to the forest every morning and you return in the evening after having the darshan of Neel Madhav. When you come home, you smell like fragrant flowers.
How clever he is. Just to know about Neel Madhav. He came here and trapped you. Finally, he married you. Listen, I only know the secret of Neel Madhav. Go and tell him that it is never possible.
No, Father, no! I beg you not to do this, Father. You only taught me that it is my duty to serve my husband. He is a great Vaishnava. He will assist you in your service. If you do not allow him to take darshan of Neel Madhav, he is definitely going to get disappointed, Father. Finally, he leaves me here and go back to Avantipur. What will happen to me, Father? Without him, there is no value of me, Father. Please don't do it, Father. Please don't do it.
Oh, Neel Madhav, what kind of test is this? You only engaged me in your service. I took a vow that I will never disclose this secret to anyone. Now you are making me to break the vow. Alright, Lalita, please stand up. I will take Vidyapati to the forest and show Neel Madhav to him.
Thank you, my Father.
However, I have one condition.
Condition? What condition, Father?
He must agree to come blindfolded. I do not want anyone to know the way to reach Neel Madhav.
Okay, Father. I'll convey the message to Vidyapati.
The Brahmana tricked his father-in-law by sprinkling mustard seeds along the path, seeds that would eventually sprout and lead him back to claim the Lord's darshan.
Vidyapati, here is the Supreme Lord Neel Madhav. You take darshan, I will get some flower.
Oh Lord Neel Madhav, I am a poor Brahman from Avantipur. King Indradumna, is a great devotee of yours, and he has been desperately waiting to meet you.
O Brahman, it is your duty to let King Indradumna know about me. He is my dear devotee. Viswavasu, I have been accepting simple fruits and flowers for many years. Now my desire is that King Indradumna should serve me with his opulence. Do not think that I am leaving you. I am not separated from my devotee.
No, my lord, no. How is it possible? Will the deep relationship between us be broken now? Please allow me to continue my service and do not leave me. I cannot tolerate this separation from you. Please, my lord. Vidyapati, it's all because of you. You have come here to separate me from my lord. Nobody can separate us. And I will not allow you to do so.
Vishwavasu was absorbed too much in grief at Nilamadhava's imminent disappearance. He blamed Vidyapati for persuading Nilamadhava to accept Indradimna's worship. Accusing the Brahmana of cheating him out of God's favor, Vishwavasu bound Vidyapati with ropes. However, his daughter heard her husband's cries for help and freed him to return to Avantipura.
It has been 2 months and I have not heard any news of Nilmadhav.
King Indradumna ki jai! My dear king, I have found Nilmadhav.
Where is Nilmadhav? Take me there immediately. I would like to take darshan of Lord of my life.
Lord Nilmadhav is located in the Niladri mountain, and he is worshipped by the tribal king Vishwavasu.
Let us go and bring Nilmadhava. Maybe he would like to come to Avantipur and be served by all devotees.
Upon Vidyapati's return, Indradyumna climbed upon his chariot and led an army to the mountain, where they located the trail of tiny mustard plants. Finally, they reached a Niladri mountain cave.
Vidyapati, where is Nilmadhava? Why can't I see my lord? This place looks so disgusting.
My dear king, I am too surprised about this. I had darshan of Lord Nilmadhav exactly at this spot, but I do not know about his whereabouts at this time. But I do have a suspicion that King Vishwavasu might know something about this, and most likely knows where Nilmadhav is located right now.
Alas! Go and arrest Vishwavasu and all the tribal people.
My dear King Indradumna, there is no fault with Vishwavasu. Please release all your captives and follow my instructions. I disappeared by my own free will. I am free to do anything and everything as I like. Go and construct a temple near Blue Mountain. I will appear again in the form of Daru Brahma to bestow benediction upon the entire world.
After hearing this message, King Indradyumna proceeded toward constructing a beautiful temple for their lordships. When the temple was finally completed, Indradyumna wanted this temple to be inaugurated by Lord Brahma. Therefore, Indradyumna proceeded to Satyaloka. As Indradyumna returned to earth in a spaceship from Brahma's planet, he noticed that things had changed. Though he was away for what seemed a short time, the earth had aged many years. No one recognized him in his own kingdom, and his trusted priest Vidyapati had been replaced by someone else.
Oh, Nilmadhav, I have been waiting for many years, but still I do not get your darshan. It looked like there is no value in my life. Better I would go and fast until death.
O Indradumna, behold, do not be disappointed. I will appear as Daru Brahma from a log floating in the ocean.
Oh my lord! You are the master of entire universe. You are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer. Please, please bestow your mercy upon this poor king who is deprived of service at your lotus feet.
After a few days, Daru Brahma, a huge log, appeared on the shore of the ocean. No one was able to lift it. A lowly Sabara stepped up from the crowd and handled the huge trunk with ease. This amazing fellow turned to be a descendant of Vishwavasu, and he carried the sacred log to Gundicha temple for preparation. The greatest craftsmen from all over the world assembled to carve the Lord's deity form, according to scriptural injunctions, but all their tools simply shattered to pieces. Then Anant Maharana stepped up to King Indradyumna and offered to carve the deity.
Who will carve the deities? How can I fulfill the order of my Lord? Please!
My dear king, I can carve this deity if you please allow me to do so.
Okay.
But I have few conditions. I need complete isolation to carve this deity, and no one should come until 21 days while I am carving the deity.
But how will I know that carving is done?
You will be hearing the sound while I am carving, and once it is done, I'll come outside.
Okay. I do not hear any sound. Is the carving done? Why does Anant Maharana not come out? It has not been 3 weeks yet. Sarabati! Open the door!
Oh Neel Madhav, what I have done? Because of my foolishness, the deity form remains incomplete. I have done a great sinful activity. I broke the promise and Anant Maharana has disappeared. All the planetary systems were waiting for your darshan. I destroyed it.
O King Indradyumna, you do not feel guilty. The form which you are seeing is not incomplete. I reside in this eternal form in the spiritual planet called Jagannath Puri.
Sri Jagannath ki jai ho!
What a wonderful pastime of Lord Jagannath. Is Lord Jagannath Krishna himself?
Yes, Lord Jagannath is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. And this form of Lord Jagannath has been seen by Narada in Dwaraka. When Lord Krishna and Balram, along with Subhadra, when they were hearing the pastimes of Vrindavan by Mother Rohini, their eyes got wide open and their body, their hands and feet got retracted into their bodies due to the ecstasy when they heard these pastimes of Vrindavan. So that is what we see, that Lord Balram and Subhadra also were in ecstasy while hearing the pastimes of Vrindavan.